Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Mandalorian.
Yes, it's early Friday morning, and we're here to react and review to the latest chapter.
Let's get started. Hey Star Wars fans, before we get started, do us a favor and crush that like button.
Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Do it.
Yeah, this is that opening shot from the trailer.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. Oh yeah, his ship is all beat up
It's
here.
crippled, yeah.
From last episode there. I don't think this is to be a good landing.
This could be the end of the ship.
Oh yeah. Just sweating in there.
I wonder if the kid will do anything to save him.
Maybe. Possible.
Use the force a little bit.
If there was something great. Oh, I'm on calendar. Just did the reverse thrusters. Just in time.
The look he has.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, right into the water.
Heiress.
Yes, okay.
Sabine.
You think that's going to be Sabine? Yeah,
I have a
maybe.
feeling that'll be
You
Sabine.
think it is, eh?
Yeah.
Who else could it be?
I think that kind of gives away who she is because she was the heiress to the Mandalorian.
That's right.
Yeah.
And having the dark saber and
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Here's hoping it is.
Yeah. It's going to cost a bit of money. Carry that.
Build a new ship.
Yeah, pretty much. How is she going to find her mate? That's the question. Oh. No, she is. He might be a little bit into the episode before he meets her, maybe.
Could be.
She might just follow him around, see what's up, see what he's up to.
If it is Sabine, I think it's perfect casting.
Yeah, well,
She looks the part.
yeah, exactly. Interesting to have those guys on this. This isn't like a Mon Calamari world, but there's a few of them there.
Amphibious.
Yeah,
What's the wall? Yeah.
yeah, water world basically. Very appetizing. Sounds like an alien movie.
Gross. Don't play with your food.
So they're on the boat, all those Quarrens. What do we know about those guys?
They're corruptible. They're not a trusted species.
Lead them on a wild goose chase, maybe? Possibly?
Or they might go for the kid.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Yeah, maybe they were up to a good, eh?
Yep.
It's like we figured.
Maybe this is where he gets some help from Sabine.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, yes. Gotta be her. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
So she was following and watching.
There's another one. But that was definitely a female.
Yeah. So there's a couple of them. Oh, okay.
Katie Sackhoff is perfectly cast.
Yeah, that's a good casting.
Yeah. So is she Sabine then? I think.
Over to the left, too.
Yeah. Sasha Banks?
I don't know. Like, she didn't say anything.
No.
So, maybe she's just another Mandalorian,
Could be.
you know? Well, I was going to say, because I found that with Mando not taking his helmet off ever, but from the Clone Wars, they took their helmets
Yep.
off.
Yeah, they always did.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering why this was this way, you know?
Good explanation of it.
Yeah. It makes more sense now.
The markings on her helmet are very similar to Sabine, though.
Yeah, they are. There we go.
Ahsoka.
Gotta be. What was the mission for him, eh? Conditions.
It's funny how they both looked at that girl when they're considering.
Well, yeah.
So Sabine must know where Ahsoka is.
Yeah, gotta be. Well, she's not really having lots of speaking parts, though.
Maybe they're trying to keep her mysterious
Yeah.
for now. You don't eat the eggs.
So that's what they're trying to take over. It's like an old rebel ship almost, eh?
It's weird music, eh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh,
Gives you that Clone Wars look. Oh,
Stormtroopers. It's kind of crazy how there's still so much Empire guys around, you know? Like,
well, it's not really because they destroyed the Death Star, but they didn't destroy the whole Empire.
yeah, I know there's lots, I guess, but they're still operating as factions. Like,
Yeah. There's no core leadership really.
no. Well, I mean, if all the mobs are just taking control, right?
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know.
Yeah. Not gonna be there.
No.
Oh, they are.
Think we have them trapped, sir. Trapped them where? In the cargo control area.
Ventilation.
Where? Control area.
Oh.
There is something else. No. They know where it is.
Dark Saber.
Regardless, we are taking care of about it.
I got to get weapons.
You gotta think that he's gonna probably eventually start taking his helmet off.
Well, considering how much he put up a stink about his face not being shown, I think
Yeah.
that's just gonna happen.
So maybe that's the writing they put in there just to.
Give him a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
They appear.
Who is this?
That's Moff Gideon.
How far have they gone? They've breached the cargo hold and taken everything on the bridge. We require immediate backup. If they've taken that much of the ship, I'm afraid that's the whole approach. You know what to do.
Self-destruct.
Long live the Empire. Long live the Empire.
This guy's just crazy. The Empire guys. his armor's much different than theirs, though. Eh?
It's Mel Beskar.
Yeah, theirs isn't.
Where is it?
What?
The dark saber. Does he have it?
You're asking. You already know.
Shit.
I feel him. But you won't take me to him.
But he won't.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
suicide pill.
yeah, guess. Didn't know that was a thing in the Empire.
Are you sure you won't join us?
There's something I need to do.
The offer stands if you change your mind.
Where can I find the Jedi?
Take the foundling to the city of Calvin, towards planet of Corvus. There you will find Ahsoka Tano.
Hmm.
You recently Bo-Katan. And thank you. Your bravery will not be forgotten. This is the way.
This is the thing.
Well, there you go.
So we haven't determined if that was actually Sabine, though.
No. Maybe she just had a guest appearance and that was it.
I'm hoping it's more than that.
But yeah. Shit, messed up.
I gave you 1,000 credits. This was the best you could do.
All the mesh and wiring.
One of them.
Is that what they're tacked it together with?
Yeah. Come on, Calamar, he says. Okay.
Oh
You
boy.
better get a better mechanic.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He's laughing.
I finally know where I'm taking you. But it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
You got to eat.
Yeah. Does anybody hyper? I guess so.
The piece fell off.
Yeah. Oh,
Rice toss sour.
yeah, okay. Kinda had her stamp on it, you can kind of tell, right?
It was a good episode. She
Yeah.
did a good episode the first season as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. That was good.
So, your thoughts on that episode?
Well, it was shorter than the other ones, obviously. Progressing kind of more to the short, quick 30-minute episodes from last season.
Yeah, the episode didn't feel any different in time-wise, though, just because of the action in that movie, or in that, I should say that episode. A heck of a lot more action than the last episode. A lot more furthering of the storyline. And they took us to where I thought they would take us, and now we're going to see Ahsoka Tano.
That's right. Hopefully next episode. I mean, that kind of seems like, but you never know what kind of his ship isn't exactly on solid footing here, so it could be a situation where he might have to make a pit stop, possibly.
I get the feeling that it'll be, because we're only probably going to see Ahsoka probably for an episode,
Yeah.
at most, and I would bet they're probably going to save her for one of the last episodes, and the same with Boba if we see him again.
Yeah.
So I think they'll push some of these characters off, keeping you on your, on the edge of your seat, waiting for more for the rest of the season.
Well, and with the word, especially speaking of Boba Fett, talking about they're filming his series right now. That's the rumor.
It's supposed to be beginning
Yeah.
filming this week.
Yeah.
So,
So, I mean, yeah, you're right. I think the payoff this season probably is Ahsoka. And maybe that's won't be till later in the episodes. But I mean, they're kind of making you feel like it's going to happen right away. But
Well, yeah, and they want to lead you on from episode to episode, so you're come back and watch, right? They're gonna keep you, try and keep you hooked in. I would assume that the payoff, where they're gonna go with next season and the spin-offs, if that's true, I think they'll hold off till the end of the season, and kind of keep you in anticipation of a big finale.
mhm. So, I mean, the other question is, was Sasha Banks' character, was that Sabine? I mean, not really a lot, like a couple lines.
So actually, when I was looking at the markings on the helmet, that was Bo-Katan and not Sasha Banks' the character.
Yeah.
Sabine Wren's character always seemed to have graffiti, her personal artwork on
Yeah.
a lot of her stuff, and it didn't seem like this Mandalorian did.
No.
So it might not have been Sabine.
Yeah, I got a feeling it isn't. Obviously, from what we know of Sabine from Rebels, her having kind of a different colored hair, like a pinkish or purplish or bluish type hair, that didn't really fit the profile there. I mean, not saying things couldn't change, but it just didn't seem like that was.
I think that was one of the drawing points of having her as that character as well, because we were never really shown her in the trailer, and she is known for having very colorful hair in WWE.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they wanted to hook more fans in that way as well. But at the same time, Sabine is older at this point too, compared to where Rebels left off, and that would have been approximately 12 years, probably,
Yeah.
something like that. So a lot can change in that time. Person's character, their tastes. So she might not have the graffiti and everything else like that at this point, and it still could be. But hopefully, we'll find out more about her character going forward.
Well, and is there a possibility that she's with Ahsoka?
True enough. Yes.
Like that could be a situation as well. No, I think overall the episode had good fluidity.
It was a much better episode than the last episode, which a lot of people complained about was just filler, and I felt that way too. It wasn't a bad episode; it was a filler episode. This episode was a little more action packed. It drove the story forward, and it was a quicker episode as well. So they didn't give you a lot, but you kind of knew where they were going with it, because he had found the Mandalorians, and they were supposedly knowing where some Jedi were. And in the end, we found out that yes, that was the case, and that they're going to find Ahsoka.
Well, and like we mentioned in the reaction part of it, with Bo-Katan taking her helmet off, and from what we've all seen in the past prior in the Clone Wars, with the Mandalorians removing their helmets, and that's an interesting thing because obviously we got Mando here who believes that taking your helmet off is not right.
It's sacrilegious,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I think that's interesting because we've heard Pedro Pascal has complained about not having enough screen time with his face, so that could be a way of writing it into the story.
Yeah, it's a good way of actually explaining the character in general, anyway. But at the same time, if there is those issues with him wanting to actually be able to have some face time, that's one way of correcting it going forward. That his character will kind of develop the same attitude that these Mandalorians have, and he will not be afraid or think it's sacrilegious to remove his helmet going forward.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And like I said, overall, it's nice to see a couple different characters: the Quarren, the Mon Calamari, different creatures in the Star Wars.
Yeah, we
galaxy.
get to see them again, and we actually get to see a little bit more of their character and their background and how they actually are. Like the Quarren being the unsavory, untrustworthy people, and they certainly were. The Mon Calamari, we don't get to see much of them other than Admiral Akbar and some of them in some of the movies, but they aren't given large roles, and they weren't the Mon Calamari weren't given a large role really in this one, but you did see a little bit more of them.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I think the episode was solid. Bryce Dallas Howard did a good job.
Yeah, she's 2 for 2 in her episodes.
Yeah, interesting that 3 episodes in now in the second season, we really haven't seen the child use force powers.
Yes, and it was limited in the first season, just using it a couple times. But I guess at the same time, they don't want to overdo it. The focus of the show really is the Mandalorian. It just so happened that the child stole the show the first season, and I'm sure that wasn't unexpected.
No.
But I'm sure they're saving it for a action grabbing moment.
Yeah. Probably later on in the season.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think it seems to me what I'm picking up from these first 3 episodes especially is the child eating lots, growing, you know, kind of coming into their own, really, you know, and
Or just being a typical kid.
yeah.
So overall, the episode completed its arc. Mando delivered the passenger. He found the Mandalorians. He accomplished a mission to get the information to find where the Jedi are. And now he's on his way to find Ahsoka. And we'll see where we go from there. Whether they get there in the next episode or not, like we said earlier, or because the ship has so many problems
Yeah.
that he probably won't get very far.
Yeah. Definitely foresee a stoppage along the way and another adventure.
Yeah, I think there'll be a few more adventures. If he's going to have to get that ship fixed, he's going to have to find somebody to fix it. And I don't think he's going to get very far with it. So that might be one way of stretching out the season.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we haven't seen a lot of Moff Gideon. Where will he come into play in the season? Where is he going to show up along the way? I'm not sure what other characters we were missing here, but
We haven't seen other characters too. We haven't seen Grief Karga really, or Cara Dune.
yeah.
So those two, I can imagine Mando trying to meet up with him at some point for needing them for help.
That could be one of his next stops. He could be needing repairs and they could be helping him out. He could be doing another mission with them. We'll see more about Grief because do we know if he's actually really trustworthy yet too?
Well, yeah.
He is part of the guild, so who knows what's going to happen there.
I feel like they make amends in last season and they've buried the hatchet hopefully, but
They did, but you just never know in that line of work.
yeah, bounty hunters, are they really trustworthy?
No.
No question.
It's all about the buck.
It's true. That's all for tonight's episode of The Mandalorian, Chapter 11, The Heiress.
Thank you for taking the time to watch. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below.
Until next Friday, it's Pulsing Gators signing off.